Hi plant friends! For those new to the channel, my name is Jimmy. I'm a doctor and tropical plant hobbyist in LA. I recently had a chance to visit my friends Brandon and Raul. They're the owners of the eBay store ModernRootz, roots with a Z. You know, I think we had a pretty good conversation regarding albos and albo propagation. So I'm just gonna share that with you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the clip. Oh, and stay tuned to the end for my additional thoughts and some commentary.
Oh, hi. My name is Brandon, and
This is your place. You have an albo wall.
yeah, I got a few over here.
This is great. Yeah.
This one's got some okay variegation. It's not pretty. Same with this one. This new leaf came out really nice, almost a half moon.
And here you have...
This thing is just a showstopper, man.
Yeah, this one is...
This albo is like... I haven't grown enough of these to see if this will like revert out completely white and stop growing or something.
I think the problem with this one is that it might be too white. So the thing is that if it's too white, you don't have enough green parts to promote the growth, so it just grows ridiculously slow.
Yeah, then, I do understand that, but for some reason, I guess it's just had a lot of time to prepare for its growth to shoot out of here. But these two leaves came out like a week from each other.
Yeah, it seems like you have some sort of like soil mix down here, and then you have some like sphagnum moss.
Probably looks pretty overwatered. It was just water today.
Well, I mean, there's no roots digging into the soil, right? So you really don't have to worry too much about like the root rot. It seems like your potting mix for your other one is very similar to mine. Very chunky. You have a lot of like bark, perlite, some chunky material. There's not that much soil in it. So yeah, very similar to what I use.
There's a lot of technique in the sense of, just depending on what soil you're using, it might not be that you can't have that soil. You just got to be really careful with it. You know?
I totally agree that you sort of just have to adjust your mix to whatever your environment is, right? Like,
yeah. So, definitely pace yourself and go slow, because if you end up with some pricey plants and, you can make some, I've had some costly learning curves and mistakes,
Yeah. I think everyone does. I think even really experienced people.
By the way, just for anybody that's curious about this, I guess I've been saying that a lot. This was dated when it was planted.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
And this kind of gives you an idea.
So this has been, what, 2 months?
Just 2 months.
July? Yeah, 2 months.
And that's kind of how I've heard, a month to root and a month to grow.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome. Yeah, it's been about 2 months. That's not long at all, really.
Really, it's not, So I've had a lot of practice with these albo cuttings, too. Yeah. I've tried them, planting them different ways, and then using water. And I'm really moving towards the whole soil thing rather than rooting in water and propagating in water and that sort of thing.
Yes, I have also moved away from propagating and rooting in water.
Yeah.
But I know that works for a lot of people. So, I think for people if it works for you, there you go.
That's great.
Do whatever works for you.
To me, it just seems more natural to just go right to soil.
Yeah. If you're enjoying the content so far, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, you can click on that bell icon for notifications. You have a lot of good stem cuttings. Very nice.
Yeah.
You're really working the stem cutting game.
I tried. These I have to plant. I just have these in moss just to keep them from dehydrating or whatever. I lost a lot of these to water propagation.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about, I guess, letting it dry. I've tried putting cinnamon on the wound of the stem that you cut. Fungicide and stuff, but sometimes they just rot in water.
I keep hearing about cinnamon. I haven't done it.
Yeah, but you can see, not in water. Like, there we go. We got a little guy coming up right there. Same thing on a lot of these. They just, 2 months is all it takes.
Months, eh?
And even this one almost maybe didn't make it. It was really dehydrated. You can see it's all shriveled up and wrinkly, but...
Some people recommend putting, like, a plastic wrap on top of it.
Or bags over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely more I could be doing.
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, hey,
I'm
you know, it
ashamed
seems
to
like
say.
you're having a lot of success doing it your way.
I mean, I just try a little bit of everything. So here was a pretty sizable cutting, I guess. I think I might actually cut this again.
Yeah, I would do that.
And try it again.
Yeah.
But you can see not a whole lot of nice variegation, but maybe the next you can see the white. I don't know if down there.
I would probably give it a little bit more time, but I assume there's nothing going to grow out of this. But I would just give it more time to like not disturb the plant.
Yeah.
But eventually, this is going to become this part is going to become the main stem, and this will just be it'll just like dry off or go away.
Yeah, which you know you might as well cut this because you've got nodes right here to make another plant.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You can totally and it's still green. Right?
Yeah.
So it hasn't been completely dried up. So maybe you might have another plant.
Yeah, so this was an awesome cutting, but you know, some of them don't turn out to be the most beautiful, but here's another one that just came up, same thing. I don't know if there's any variegation on this one, that's sad to say.
I'll just give it some time.
Maybe the next leaf.
Yeah, just give it some time.
Never jump to conclusions.
So I thought that was pretty interesting hearing Brandon's perspective and his experience with albo propagation, especially with nodes and stem cuttings. I think people should be mindful that there were multiple times when Brandon mentioned that he had, several failures and he had to learn from, his experiences, and there were some costly mistakes. It's easy to sort of forget or overlook those comments when you're staring at, a really pretty albo or some rooted cuttings that have rooted, and you see some sprouts. I think it's really important to just take that into consideration. Brandon also mentioned a few times that he's had to experiment with quite a few things before finding the setup that works for him. So just know that that's probably gonna be the same for you guys who want to try to propagate from stems or nodes. You can try Brandon's methods, but I suspect that you may have to tweak it a little bit to suit your environment, or might have to try some different way entirely. You kind of just have to find the method that works for you, and that's just going to take some time and some experimentation. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching again. Till next time, happy planting.